Welcome back to SBR Forum Videos. I can't believe it, but it is already week 3. The NFL season is flying by, which means it is yet again time for our Swinger versus Sharp NFL Picks battle. Last week, I got the better of the Swinger. He went an even 2-2. I went an undefeated 3-0. A little bit of a humble brag here as well. I dominated the Swinger in the SBR Fantasy League as well, so I just took the Swinger to the woodshed in week number 2. However, he's still beating me just a little bit percentage-wise here in our little NFL picks battle. But Swinger, I mean, combined right now, we're 9-5. We're giving the people what they want. You know, if you're not tailing these picks, I don't know how we can help you, man.
I don't know. You have to help yourself. And, as I said last week, there is a reason why your last name is Sharp, because it serves you well, my friend. I love it. Hey, but listen, I know one of your picks was the Jets, but let's not forget, there was more than one guy on that play.
Yeah, we both had that one locked down, Pat, and the Colts right now are just an illusion. We may talk a little bit more about them. There's a lot of teams that are just illusions right now. The Eagles are an illusion. The Colts are an illusion. There's a lot of teams that not living up to the offseason hype right now. But no matter, we need to get down to business here at Mr. Swinging Johnson. So we each have our best bets here for our spread picks right now here for week number 3. What do you got for the people out there this week?
All right, as far as the side is concerned, Bucs traveling to Houston, and you might as well call me a microwave, and it's not because I'm so freaking hot, but because when it comes to this play, I am exactly the same shape. Square! I mean, that's right. I am one square mofo, and I am unapologetic and unashamed. All right, that's not entirely true, Jordan. I am a little ashamed because I'll tell you what, this is the kind of play that the Sharps roll their eyes at. It's the kind of play that I normally roll my eyes at. But, it's like love at first sight. You know it when you see it, and I really love the Texans here. But the big question is whether or not Ryan Mallett can lead an NFL offense, not only in this game, but over the long haul. I mean, but you have to believe that Mallett's going to look better than he did against the Panthers last week when they lost 24-17, I believe, because this is Tampa Bay. This is not Carolina. On the Tampa Bay side of things, I don't see how an unproven quarterback like rookie Jameis Winston's going to handle the kind of pressure, the kind of heat that he's going to be getting from a defense like the Texans, and coupled with the fact that he's got an offensive line that's got 2 rookies on it, and one is a kid named Ali Marpet at right guard, and this kid was playing Division III football last year at a little school named Hobart and William Smith. Now, that doesn't mean that this line in Ali Marpet is not eventually going to blossom and become very good, but right now, Jordan, it's about as green as an avocado, and I'm telling you, man, that Texas defense is going to be salivating to get their hands on Winston, and if you think the Bucs are going to say, all right, well, let's run the ball, ha! Think again, man. I mean, Winston's going to have to air it out. I don't see him having a great deal of success because he really doesn't have any elite targets at his disposal. I see the Texans winning this one by 2 touchdowns. And one more thing, Bucs are 2-11 ATS against AFC South opponents over the last 13 games. Play Houston, -6, -120.
It's a nice little tidbit there. I think I would have been on board with you for this pick if it wasn't for the fact that these odds have just skyrocketed throughout the week. I mean, opened at around 3.5, I think, and now we're up to 6.5. I mean, I just don't know if I have that much confidence in a Ryan Mallett-led offense, potentially without Arian Foster again. DeAndre Hopkins is going through percussion protocol. I know they're at home. I know they're desperate for a win right now. That defense is probably going to play better eventually. It might be this week, like you said, against a pretty busted up Bucs offensive line. I think this one's a no play for me personally, just because I just really concerned about all the Texans injury. I mean, I think all their tackles are on their injury report this week. Every single one of their offensive tackles, I think, have made their injury report this week. I think it's just a no play for me. A little bit too risky, but I see where it's coming from, because if they can get their stuff together on offense and defense and put everything together here at home, I wouldn't surprise me if they win by 2 touchdowns, sir.
All right, man. Well, what do you got for us? You've got a side coming at us, and kind of think I know what it is. I want you to explain yourself, young man.
All right, so looking at a little NFC South battle this week between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. And the Panthers come in as a 3-point favorite, and I absolutely love them at home this week against a New Orleans Saints team that has once again, been another illusion. Speaking of illusions, the New Orleans Saints have been atrocious so far. Drew Brees is banged up right now, and that Carolina Panthers defense has just crushed it at home against the Saints over their last 3 meetings. 3-0 against the spread against the Saints in their last 3 meetings at home against them. And right now, New Orleans defense, man, one of the worst in the NFL. Last 5 games, they've given up about 30 points per game on the road. They're even worse right now. And with Breeze looking like a little bit questionable here, I still think he's going to play. I don't think we're going to see the Verizon hawking Luke McCown here in this game, pitching cell phones and pitching backup quarterbacks on national television here. I think Breeze is probably going to suit up, but that still does not take away from the fact that the Carolina Panthers defense right now is just vicious. I know they didn't play too good of offensive opponents in their first 2 games. Obviously, they played the Texans and the Jaguars. Not great, but with the way the Saints have been playing on offense, man, I don't know how they're going to win this game or cover for that matter. The Panthers are second overall in the league right now, giving up about 13 points per game. I mean, I think it really comes down to their defense. I know the Panthers offense isn't that intimidating, but what do you think about the Panthers here -3?
Well, I think it gets back to the point that you really have to disabuse yourself of what these teams were last year and what preconceived notions that you have of them. It was like the fact that we both liked the Jets last week against the Colts. I said, just pretend the name of that team in green and white is not the New York Jets. Just go on what they did on the field and pretend the name of that team in blue and white isn't the Indianapolis Colts. Just go by what you see on the field. And I'll tell you, I'm guilty of not doing that in this instance because, the Carolina Panthers, they always seem to have a lackluster offense. And, the defense is supposed to be good, but eventually falls apart. And the New Orleans Saints has got Drew Brees. They score a lot of points, but see, those are the preconceived notions. And you've been able to exercise those demons. And I salute you for it. And you know what? If I had to make a play on this, I would go with the Panthers, but the Panthers just never do it for me deep down in my heart of hearts. But you know what? Each year, teams change. And you know what? The Carolina Panthers could be finally for real.
Yeah, just look at what they did to the Saints in their last meeting, sir. And I was on the road. So I think the Panthers here could be sneaky. Cam Newton is a one-man wrecking crew. I don't think he needs too much. They're just going to run the crap out of the ball, keep Drew Brees off the field. I think the Panthers are a pretty good play here. So you heard it here first, folks. Go with the Texans laying the points. Go with the Panthers laying the points. Couple of favorites for us this week. I think we've been going mostly underdogs here recently, too. So this is a little bit new for us, sir. We're going with the favorites. So that'll do it for our spread picks. Make sure you check out our 2 best bets for our totals this week. But until then, for Swinging Johnson, I'm Jordan Sharp. Best of luck to you here in week number 3.